Commissioners. This is Chuck Snyder from Union, New Jersey. I had a whole speech here prepared, but Fran and Dennis covered a lot of it, so I'll skip some of mine. I'm here also about the Ashbrook Golf Course. The main question I have is, the problem we had with the creek being clogged backs up the whole golf course and creates a flood zone back there. And at the similar time, there was upgrades planned to the golf course, irrigation, some rerouting of some holes and some other things. And it was decided that to combine the two projects of clearing out the creek with those other improvements to the thing, which sounds great. I understand it needs to be in phases. You need to do the creek and then the restructuring of the holes and the irrigation. The question that I have is, why was the creek clearing itself? Why was that broken down into phases? The way it was done was that from the power lines out into the swamp area, 500 yards out, that was all cleaned. PSE&G, I guess, paid the tab for that. I'm not sure. But then from the power lines into the course, which is only about 100 yards, they had cleaned out 500 yards and then came and within 100 yards of finishing, but they stopped the work. Not only did they stop the work, they had, in order to get out there, they had built a wooden roadway a quarter of a mile, maybe a half a mile back into the swamp just to get back to that work area. Cleaned out that 500 yards of the creek, and then they left. And then instead of leaving at least the roadway in place so that phase 2 could come in and utilize that roadway, they took that out now too. So my question is, why? Why was that done? Why was it broken into 2 phases in the first place? And why was it not coordinated better so that you could go right from phase 1 to phase 2? That's my main question. Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Bob Cascone from Westfield, New Jersey. I'm not going to beat the dead horse that everybody else just talked about. We know that Ashbrook's not in good shape. But something that I did 3 years ago with Vicki was ask about the $300 card and discounting that for seniors. I don't know if any of you have ever looked on the Ashbrook website, but there's 2 cards you can buy. There's a 7-day card and a 14-day card. The 7-day card is $45. If you're a senior, it's discounted down to $35. The 14-day card is $300. If you're a senior, it's discounted down to $300. Okay? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, the 20% discount that you have on the 7-day card should be there. So I brought this up 3 years ago. It was a little too late to get it in. 2 years ago, I got in touch with Vicki again, and something came up where you couldn't get it on your agenda. I did it last November, trying to get in it for this year. This is 3 years now. This is a simple fix for you. And it's a little bit of an attaboy for the rest of us that are going through this to say, hey, we're doing something for you. So just to give you an idea, Monmouth County Golf, $270 out of county, senior $250. Morris County, $275 out of county senior $160. Somerset County Golf, out of county, $275. If you're a senior, $225. And how do we know that? Because 20 of us in here have Somerset County cards now, because we had to get them so we could get tee times, so we could keep our association going. Essex County Golf, $275 out of county, $199 for a senior. The list goes on. 100 in his no card. They just discount if you're a senior. They just give you a big discount when you go to play golf. Well, there is a little bit of a discount in Union County when you play golf too. I'm not complaining about that. But the card that we pay for every year, $300, you could do something about that. You could all make a vote and you could take care of that right now. And that would be something. You got to throw a little bit of something at us. It's just nothing but salt's been coming into the wounds. Ashbrook Golf Course is a mess. And I've been playing there since I was 14 years old. That's a long time, over 50 years. It didn't flood then. Your engineer in the paper said that it's flooding, because it's in a swamp. Well, if you go 1,000 yards two directions. There's 3 more golf courses, Shakamaxon, Plainfield, and West 9. They don't flood. They're in the same plane that we're in, all right? They just don't have creeks that are backed up because they have maintenance that takes care of those things. Granted, 2 of them are private courses, but there's a lot of guys who work at Ashbrook. We see them every day, okay? Somebody could be out there cleaning that stuff out. Even if you did a little bit at a time, it would get done. Nothing's getting done. There was a storm last year, one of the bridges on the hole number 15, there were logs. I thought it was going to knock down the bridge. There was so much debris that was up against the bridge itself. What would it have taken? We could come in and do it. We'll get our association to come in and help. I mean, whatever it takes right now, we're willing to do. But you guys have to make some kind of point of effort on this. You sit there and tell us, you're waiting for EPA, you're waiting for this, you're waiting for that. We were here 3-4 years ago, and nothing's changed. How long does it take to get with the EPA? All right? Somebody get in a car and drive down to Trenton and get something done then. All right? We pay taxes here just like you do. We're tired of it. A lot of us are in our, 60s pushing into the 70s. This is where we are. This is our country club. All right? This is what we were looking to do in our retirement years, and you're taking that away from us. You're forcing us to go to other counties and spend our money there. It's not right. I don't want to see the little red light come on, so I'll be done.